Hey farmers, Mr. Leader here. I want to talk to you a little bit today about your iPad. Most of our students here at Kilo do have an iPad. Keep in mind though that this iPad belongs to the school district. It does not belong to you. The school district has purchased it for you to use as a learning device. So our expectation is that you're going to bring your iPad to school every day. You're going to use it for your academic reasons, and then you get to take it home and use it for personal reasons. That's one of the benefits of having an iPad. But hear me when I say the primary reason that you have an iPad, that the school district has provided you an iPad, is so that you can use it for academic purposes. So a couple things I want to talk to you about today is we're going to talk about the acceptable use policy and the 1-to-X agreement. We're going to talk about forms and fees and when they're due and what will happen if you don't get those done by the deadline. We're going to talk about some of the expectations that we have for your iPad, but we're also going to talk about expectations that we have for technology in general, that being your cell phone, your earbuds, your Beats, any technology that you're going to use here on campus, whether it be school-owned or student-owned. And then we're also going to talk about if you're having a problem with your iPad, what do you do to get that resolved? So, to start off, AUP means acceptable use policy, and that basically says what you can and can't do with technology while you're here on campus or with a school-owned device like your iPad. But it also applies to your own technology. It means that you can't use the school Wi-Fi network to do whatever you want on your phone. So acceptable use policy. 1-to-X agreement. 1-to-X is the reason why you have an iPad right now. 1-to-X is the program that says that we offer an iPad to any student who wants it as long as they fill out the form and they pay the fee to insure it. Both the AUP and the 1-to-X agreement are part of the Skyward package of forms that you have to fill out at the beginning of every school year. If you haven't filled out your Skyward forms yet, you have until Friday, September 9th to get those turned in. If you need help filling out your Skyward forms, just come to the office. Someone here will help you, walk you through every step of the process. However, they do need to be filled out by a parent, so maybe you could get a lesson on how to do it, and then you can take that home and teach your parents how to do that. Also due on September 9th is your iPad fee. You can log into Skyward and you can see what your iPad fee is going to be for this year. But iPad fees are due on September 9th. That following Monday, if you have not paid your iPad fee, if you have not signed your 1-to-X agreement through Skyward, if you have not completed your AUP agreement through Skyward, we're going to take your iPad away from you. Couple of reasons. You have to sign that paperwork saying that you know the expectations with your iPad to have an iPad, but also your insurance runs out on September 9th. If you were to break your iPad, say that Monday morning, or if it was lost or stolen that Monday morning, you would be responsible for the replacement or the repair costs, and we don't want you to have to do that. So we're going to take your iPad on that following Monday after the September the 9th if you haven't made your payment, and we're going to hold it for 10 school days. During that 10 school days, you and your parents can decide, do you want to pay the fee or do you not want to pay the fee? On the 11th school day after the 9th, we're going to send your iPad back to the inventory so that we can get it to a student that needs it. So, September 9th, that should be a date that goes into your planner and should be a very important deadline for all of our students across the district. Some of you may have noticed that the screen on your iPad has turned yellow. And it's telling you that you need to do something. Two things with the yellow screen. You need to make sure that you have updated to the latest version of iOS, and you need to tap on the Web Clip app. This Web Clip app is going to ask you to sign in with your LISD username and your LISD password. And really what it's doing is just making sure that the person that we say should have this iPad does have this iPad. So once you sign into that app, you're done. After that, the background on your iPad should change back to the default LISD, and you'll know it because it'll say LISD on it. If you don't take care of your yellow screen problems by September 9th, your screen is going to turn red. And your iPad's going to go into what's called restricted mode, and basically you're not going to be able to use it for anything. You're not going to be able to get on the internet, you're not going to be able to access most of your apps, you're not going to be able to access the camera. So when your iPad goes into restricted mode, that means you haven't taken care of your business. You've had plenty of time to get your iPad updated and verified. If you haven't done it by September 9th, your iPad is basically going to be useless until you bring it to someone in the office, you bring it to the library, and they can unlock it for you. So please get that taken care of before September 9th. Alright, so let's talk about some of the expectations we have for your iPad. The 1-to-X agreement that you are required to sign says that you will bring your iPad to school every day. You will bring your iPad charged to school every day. You will bring your iPad in the district-provided case. We no longer allow students to buy their own case. You will use only the district-provided charger. Please don't use any charger that you can pick up anywhere. We had this problem last year. Students were using any kind of charger and it was ruining their iPads, and guess who has to pay the repair cost? You do. Technology in general. Let's talk about technology in general. Not just limited to your iPad, but this also includes your phone. This also includes your earbuds. This includes any piece of technology that you have on campus, whether it be yours or the school's. Teachers get to decide how, when, or even if technology is allowed in their classroom. Some teachers will allow you to listen to music during downtime. Other teachers won't. So it's up to you as a responsible student to know what your teacher's expectations are when it comes to technology. There are consequences for not following the technology policy, the campus technology policy, but also whatever your teacher expects you. Some teachers will allow you to keep your earbuds hanging over your ear, and some teachers will say no. And who's right? They're both right, because it's their classrooms and they get to decide what the rules are. Rules we have here on campus in general: the earbud rule. While you're in the hallway during passing periods or during lunch, you can have one earbud in, not two. You can only have one, so make sure you only have one earbud in the hallways, and you have 0 earbuds in the classroom unless the teacher says you can have them in. Like I said earlier, we expect you to have your iPad every day, and we expect it to be in its case every day. So now let's talk about what happens if your iPad, there's something wrong with your iPad. Either it's cracked, it's broken, it's missing, it's not working right. Tech support is going to be available in the library. Once we get rolling with block lunch, that's when we expect you to take care of any iPad business. During block lunch, Mr. Kachuk, he's our campus technician, he'll be set up in the library the entire hour to help you with any of your iPad needs. Please remember that you have 5 school days to report any damage or loss of your iPad. So let's say it's Monday and I accidentally crack my iPad and I'm too scared to tell anybody because I'm afraid that I'm going to have to pay for it. If I report it within 5 school days, that money I paid at the beginning of the year covers that, and I don't have to pay anything else to get it repaired. As long as my iPad is in its case and I report it within 5 school days, I don't have to pay for that repair. However, if I wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month before I report it to anybody, I have to pay the replacement costs because I didn't report it within 5 school days. So please make sure that the second you realize that your iPad is missing or that it is broken, that you report that to somebody, please. That's pretty much all I've got regarding iPads and other technology that we have here on campus. Bottom line, farmers, technology is a great tool for you to use in your learning. However, we expect, just like with anything here at Kilo, we give you a lot of freedom, but we expect great things back in return. So if you have any questions about your iPad, technology policy, anything regarding 1-to-X or AUP agreements, please feel free to stop me in the hallway, stop me in the cafeteria, shoot me a quick email. My email address is leaderj@lisd.net, and I look forward to a great year.